Lego Fan Bubba, an Instagram who brings the fun and Insta remixes. Do you want to collaborate on the gram? This is the place to do it. Who doesn't want to sing, dance, and build? Or better yet, who doesn't want to do that with a friend?
This is not a paid advertisement for Cali Brick Clique. We just really dig Ben Stees.
See Ryan once in a while on the lines.
That's so funny. Yeah, we're flying to Orlando tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna bring it. So in 5, 4, 3. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cali Brick Clique, episode 61. And right before we get into introductions, remember you can find this episode and all previous episodes on not only YouTube, but Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcast. Remember, if you're on those platforms, please comment and engage. It helps not only ourselves in those platforms, but here as well. But like always, we have Ninja with the Brikx.
Yeah.
We have Claire, the Plastic Architect.
Hello.
And today we have OpenBuildRepeat, or Irvin. Welcome
How's it
to
going?
the show, dude.
Thank you for the invite. Glad to be here.
So how's everyone doing this past week?
Oh man, I got a confession.
Do it. Tell us.
Is it related to what's in the background?
It is the 30%. It got me the 30% off.
30%.
Yeah, it was only 30% on Lego.com for the video sets. And
Wait, the
I
video
figured,
sets are on 30% on Lego.com. I did not even know that.
Yeah, right now.
That's pretty good.
I figured I
That's
might as
not bad.
well take that.
Play some
take
Usher
that
while you
punch.
can walk in there. You know.
Yeah, see, some Neo. You know,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, it was Neo, right? It was
Yeah,
Neo.
I was about to say, like,
Neo.
Usher.
I think Usher had some.
Oh,
others.
man.
I don't know. There was a bunch of stuff.
No, he was. It was Neo. Yeah.
So
I'm
So-
guilty.
So what'd you get?
The boombox and the sets. Just all the sets.
The boombox is
man.
the one I want. So are they like all
Yeah.
30% off?
Yeah, they're all everything. Clearing it
I
out.
think out of all of them, the boombox is probably my favorite.
Yeah, the boombox. But $100 is just too much. I don't know. I was like, I'm not doing
that
100.
felt a little high and steep. But for
70
70
was
bucks,
still too much.
it still
but I
feels a
did
little
it.
pricey for that.
It is a little-
Do you
That's what
regret
I'm
it?
saying. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see once I get it. It's not here yet.
Oh, okay, that's right. You ordered stuff. Oh,
Mhm.
by the way, anyone in the U.S. who ordered the Ideas Castle, it's shipping out like within the next couple days.
Oh,
So
exciting.
I just got
Did
an
any of you guys
email.
get it?
Well, no, I
Yeah.
got an email from my from Lego saying that hey,
well,
you're...
they've been like pushing it out
payment.
and pushing it
Yeah.
out and pushing it out. Yeah.
So I had to update my payment because my card expired and whatever they had to file. So I had to
Expired
like-
or
yeah, no,
limited?
expired.
Too
Expired.
much
Fine.
Lego. What are you doing?
So I gave them the new stuff, and then they said they're going to be sending out in the next couple days. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
I still don't care about it anymore.
Oh, really?
Do you really not care about it anymore?
6 months or
How can-
like, how long
Nah, I
has it
see what you're
been?
saying.
No, it'll come and you'll get excited and then you'll order more elephants for your army.
Custom elephants. Yeah. What country
Oh,
are they
man.
from again? I don't know.
Oh man, it
Oh,
is.
dang.
I love having to defend Claire in like multiple
It's like-
areas
It's
with
like
the elephant thing.
it's like post Crusades. Like they brought elephants to Western Europe or something. It's like
Right?
it's like an alt reality, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's Lego. You got
I
to let
think
your
I saw a movie
imagination
that-
go.
Look, I
Had
have
Excalibur in it though
no
too.
I have no problem with like fantasy and stuff like that. I think it's great. It's just I just have to call Shy out because he's always like, it has to be this realistic and X, Y, and Z and whatnot. So like it's just kind of funny. But,
Oh, that gave me a
And-
taste of my own.
and I also find it fascinating where people like pick and choose to like be realist about certain things. It's like, what are your parameters in terms of like, you know, creativity and like fantasy when it comes to Lego, which is kind of interesting. So
Yeah.
Like military sets versus Star Wars, but we won't go there.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't made that comparison.
No, I'm in for Lego.
Well,
We won't go
whatever.
there.
So,
No.
JB's set
mhm.
for ideas became a thing.
Yeah, it's
JB
really
looking at it.
crazy. Yeah.
I kind of
Like-
called that. I for some reason I knew BTS was going to do it.
Well, yeah, and it's like he was very like intentional. He was like, I did this up because I thought it would get chosen because it's really popular and people like it. And then I think his co-designer sounds like the one who's like the BTS fan, while he's like the Lego designer side of things. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, I was into K-pop as a high school kid, but I mean, not necessarily now. So I'm happy that
Yeah.
BTS, the group, is like mainstream here in the United States. That's great. You know, I know it's going to do wonders over there. I guess all over the world, right? Isn't Psy's daughter into BTS?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I think everybody. I think
BTS.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
a
like
lot of
I think we're a little bit old for it. Sorry, but
Yeah.
like
Oh,
you know what I mean.
it's
I think it's like huge in like high school and middle school and elementary school and
Yes.
stuff. But
Right.
Smart.
I think what's interesting though is like I don't know if there's any Lego stores. I'm gonna look if there's any Lego stores in Korea, because I think like Oxford Block and stuff. I think Korea likes to keep a lot of their manufactured stuff like in country, like domestic. And I wonder if this is how they're gonna break into.
Because Lego's definitely trying to destroy the Asian market. BTS, like this BTS set does definitely helps like all the fans around the world, so it's gonna help. I didn't even look at the other one. I was just so like happy for JB.
I'm so happy for JB. It's so exciting. I couldn't give two craps about it. Like I'm really bummed that the Snow White one didn't make it in.
I wanted the A-Team to win.
I'm really excited for the Norton 74. I really follow his mocks. I really like them. I've bought some of his instructions before. I think he's an incredible builder. He's very much a mock builder though, so I'm really curious to see how they transition into an official.
That's the other
Lego
one,
set.
the cabin thingy.
The A-frame cabin, yeah.
Is that so? I didn't really look at that set. So what's special about it? It's just a cabin.
It's just a beautiful cabin. It's a beautiful cabin that would be perfect, like a perfect addition to like a Christmas Village style thing. They might make it like Home Alone, in terms of like a much larger scale. It's very cool. He does like very cool dioramas, like highly detailed stuff. Like check him out, Norton 74 on Instagram. Like legit mock builder. Has won awards.
I'm just happy that they chose a set with no licensing attachment or some random set that would like immediately like just put on a shelf for a non-Lego fan, like the globe or a map or something like that. So it is interesting that they chose a building.
Yeah, it is cool, but I think it's like far enough from a modular that it's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I just found it interesting. I thought it was pretty cool, so I might pick that up depending on what it looks like in the end. BTS, I'm no attachment to it whatsoever except for JB, so I'll probably just get it for that reason alone. Maybe have him sign it when I see him one day, and then call that set a day.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like the Spice Girls, brickheads.
I'm excited for that.
Are you? I don't know.
I'm excited for the possibilities.
Come on, Taylor Swift and NSYNC Backstreet Boys. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Can we get a Tupac
open up a
brickhead?
window for sure on what they can do.
I see that.
So
yeah,
I was into Spice Girls for a second. And when did
I don't think I've ever was.
When did Spice World come out?
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
I saw it in the theaters like 3 times. There's not much you can watch when you're underage. Like when you're
I don't know. It was like one of my first CDs I ever bought, so I have
my
emotional attachment to it. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yes.
I remember. I think I went to like Tower Records and bought it.
Tower Records. Warehouse.
Tower Records.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
I think and then I think like started because I like remember buying a lot of CDs, and I remember like Aqua came like the following month for signing at Tower Records. Yeah.
Oh my God, late 90s pop.
Gotta miss it.
At least you bought the CD and not the cassette. I mean, I was still buying music when it was cassettes.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I definitely
love cassettes.
I had some cassettes, but like I remember my dad being like, just get the newest technology at the time. I remember him like very distinctly saying that. But he's definitely the one that still has his like towers of CDs he hasn't gotten rid of. I'm like, what the hell are you doing with this?
I got a little side comment for that, because like how fast we evolved from cassettes to CDs, but we've been stuck with CDs for how long now?
We don't have CDs anymore, Ninja. They're gone.
Are you still?
They still sell
You're
them.
stuck with them. I think you're the only ones.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're gone.
I'm just saying, if you're like a physical collector, all we have is CDs, but like DVDs.
No, we have
like
vinyl.
Blu-rays and stuff.
Vinyl,
we
dude.
have vinyl.
They brought back vinyl.
And that's taking a step
Yeah.
back.
It is taking a step back.
Like buying an 8-track.
We need like SD cards with music on them now or something. If we're gonna go digital, we have to do
Yeah,
something.
they're called iPods.
They're called your phone and Bluetooth.
Yeah, your
I'm trying to
phone
be old.
and Spotify and stuff like that.
play
No,
that- How old's
Sometimes
your
my
car,
connection
bro?
sucks. Sometimes my connection sucks, and I don't get the song how it should
I
be.
got
And it's like
with
choppy.
the quality, yeah.
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 Yeah, I know.
Unacceptable. And
Wait,
plus,
wait,
if you buy,
like
if you're
skip? Scratch.
If you're one of those ancient people that buy CDs, they scratch right out of the box. Not right out of the package.
Do you have that converter in your car, the cassette to DVD player? So
I remember
like I said, I love my cassettes.
Oh man!
Where you had like the cord like sticking out and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I remember like, do you remember like when there was like the CD thing and like the top used to come off so that you wouldn't get like your car broken off into, so you'd like take the top
you would
off
take it off
and you throw it in your bag or something. And exactly.
Car seat. Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah.
What was the CD setting like on your CD Walkman where that prevented it from like skipping when you were bounce it? Do you guys remember what that was called?
It's
yeah, I know you're
I
talking
don't know.
about.
I definitely still have. Let me go get my Walkman. I still have it from the
God.
dang, look at that.
Walkman still?
That's a retro piece at this point.
Oh my
It was
goodness,
actually like I loved it. I thought it was so cool.
If it's the yellow
What's
Sony Walkman, how much? I'll buy it off you.
Right? What's
classic.
crazy is that we've seen like this all in our lifetime.
Oh man. Yeah, I know. It's nuts. I mean,
Okay, so I have this like tub of stuff, and you guys are gonna like freak out with all the things that are in here. So
it's Game Boy. We see the original Game Boy.
So there's exactly. So there's
Non-colored.
the original right?
Non-colored.
You guys
That's
better
like
be
the
watching
original
this.
How
Okay,
fat that is.
That's the green
This is
screen.
my Walkman.
Oh,
there
there's
you go.
I thought it was this was like a more modern one too, because it like wasn't. This was my second one. Then I've got my Game Boy Color.
Bruh.
Oh wow.
And then I think I have like the accessories that came with it, like this thing and all that.
To make
stuff.
it look
and
bigger,
then,
and it really didn't do anything.
No, it didn't.
yeah, I mean, I have like my first,
Pokemon?
I have Pokemon. That's the blue one underneath,
Yes. That's
and
what
I
thought.
have Donkey Kong. Oh my god, this is the one I played the most.
These are classics.
There you go.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Right?
Turtles? Yes.
And then Pokemon, the blue one.
Oh, the blue one. Oh
Yeah,
my god, they're
so-
so good.
So I probably can get rid of like the accessories and the cables and stuff because these have no nostalgia. But like fans turned these on and he played on them and it was like really fun. Oh my god, I have my CyberShot charger. This is like for one of my first.
Some of them are
cameras.
really hard though. You ever play some of the old Nintendo games? Or like
They're really
like
hard.
Battletoads? Like one of the hardest games
Battletoads,
ever.
my God.
Game.
Hardest game ever.
So we have
I don't
like a
even
couple
know.
of these.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yes.
You can go on a deep hole with these types of games.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Actually, they just remade Battletoads on Xbox.
I played it actually.
Is it the same?
So, yeah, it's easier. Yeah, it's
definitely
a whack 'em.
easier.
Yeah, it's like Final Fight. You know, all you're doing is beating around people. Like there wasn't any like jet ski jumping around like intense Frogger or anything like that.
Right.
But it was alright.
But you still get the big boots.
I mean, I'm
You
down for
do,
that.
yeah.
I haven't played any console with like aside from like PS4 with like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but like I haven't gone back using a modern day console with a retro video game at this point.
Yeah.
I haven't done it
I
yet.
don't know if I
I don't know.
can.
I don't know if I can. Like I really want to
I mean-
play 007 or Super Nintendo, not Super Nintendo, like Nintendo 64, like Mario Kart. You know, when life was simple back then.
Back
You
in
know?
the day.
Now with this
think the-
craziness of like two people shooting at one time while you're
Oh
driving
my God,
a
yeah.
car in the air.
I think Contra is the only game that I would go back and play again, you know?
Ooh.
So
I go
that's,
play
like, my all-time.
GoldenEye for sure.
Yes, GoldenEye.
Oh.
And I
okay,
play
then.
Ocarina of Time just for nostalgia's sake. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm playing Breath of the Wild and it's like beautiful and stuff, but
So I was gonna say, if you like games like that, you got to get a Switch because they're still making those games on the Switch,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just not
but they're just not the same yet. You're right.
Yeah, you
It's
need
not.
that controller, that you need to blow on that cartridge. You know,
Yeah.
it's not-
I miss that. You don't miss
They'll
that.
never
We were
get it.
all engineers back then.
yeah, man.
Oh,
I was like, they're like, why are you doing that? I don't know. It's what everybody else does, you know? It's a brand new
But did that
Nintendo.
really
You still
work?
got to blow on it.
It
Did
makes it
anyone
work.
I'm sure people have done videos on if that really did anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I
I've
always
never
did,
because it
researched
worked afterwards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Because
always did.
up, down, turn off, up, down,
Yeah.
low. Finish it with the shirt, and then you put it back in, and then
Oh,
up, down, hit power. Boom, it worked.
Yeah. And that's why Nintendo, the NES set was one of my favorite sets. So,
Oh, yes.
yeah. I still haven't built mine. It's still in this box.
oh,
Hey, it's a
man.
good one. Even the
yeah,
TV
that's a good
is
one.
fresh.
And the TV's
Yeah.
I don't know where to put all that stuff. Honestly.
Me
that
neither.
part.
Me
Okay,
neither.
yeah. So, well, let's just get right into that. So, Irvin, like, tell us a little bit about yourself, though.
Well, I actually just recently got into Lego. About 2 years ago. I mentioned this before, but my parents wouldn't let me buy Lego. I mean, they wouldn't give it to us, and if someone tried to gift it to us, they would keep it away from us
Oh, that's
because
cool.
it was all the little pieces. You know, they didn't want us. They would
Oh,
think we would
okay.
lose them. And you know what? They were right. I mean, my kids, they lose the pieces all the time. I give them a set,
Oh.
and 10 minutes later, you know, it's in pieces. So they're very clean. Like they wanted a clean house, so they didn't want all the pieces everywhere. So, and they still mention it. They walk into this room sometimes when they visit, and they're like, oh, where do you put it all? Like, where's all the pieces? How do you know you still have the box? I mean, they're very like they want to make sure everything's all together. So, and that's when I got into when I actually got a set. Where was it? It was one of those 12-in-1 crater sets. And I started I think someone gifted it to my kids, and I started putting it together. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then I got my wife just bought the Friends set because she likes Friends. And then I was like, can I build this? And she was like, no. And I'm like, okay. So I went and got another one to replace it, but I built hers. And that started my first video. So it's yeah.
So you started doing videos at the same time and when you got Lego. It was a very instantaneous thing.
Very fast, very fast. I knew I liked Lego. I knew I liked building. I've always, enjoyed creating things, whether it be something on paper, or whether it be something physical, or whether it be, whatever kind of medium it is. But it's, I don't know. Yeah, that was about the same time, and everything kind of just fell into place. I mean, with things that were happening. So
I remember watching one of your first videos, like when it first came out. I think what was it?
It was so bad.
It wasn't bad. It was not bad.
Quality is good.
There are bad videos out there, and a lot of people have bad videos when they first start. That was not bad.
Yeah.
You definitely have a look, like just like we mentioned with Thiago, like it looked like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah,
okay.
professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't with it wasn't with like just your iPhone look. I mean, it might have been, but then like didn't look like a really pixelated video quality with audio being
Okay.
totally.
Oh, I know
crap.
what you're talking
I mean,
about.
you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like it
Yeah.
looked good. Like you knew
Yeah.
you knew what you were showing. Positioning was correct. Like it was good. So do you have like background with that?
No, not at all. I actually,
Wow.
when I started videography is when I started Lego, about the same time. So it just all appealed to me. Actually, my friend was doing game reviews, video game reviews. And so one day he asked me, I was like, hey, do you mind recording me while I do a game review? And I was like, it's like, cool. Yeah. I was like, how are you going to, make the video? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, you want me to do it? I was like, I don't mind learning. I always wanted to learn how to edit a video. He's like, all right. So his video looks pixelated, really bad. Audio is so bad. And that was actually my first video I made. And I made like 6 or 7 videos on his channel with game reviews. And you can see the progressively I got better. I started knowing what lighting is. I started downloading different stuff on my phone. And then I started, like, I think after the 6th or 5th video I did for him, I started my channel. And I used what I learned from his and I brought it over to mine. So I did, yeah. So if you're talking about the appearance, and yeah, I mean, there was a lot of hours on YouTube that I watched to get to my first video, and also experimenting on his, and he didn't really care, but whatever I did.
So you started researching early on how to improve your video instead of
Yeah.
just kind of waiting and then trying to figure it out afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, because I've always been into like the whole video aspect of it. And I always wanted to learn about ISO and aperture and shutter speed and all that stuff. And I know that we have great phones that could do it. And you just hit that record button, it makes it easy. But there's so much more other things that you could do to change the appearance or to make it look a certain way if you knew how to control those 3 things. So that's what I really want to do. And it's and then it creates that cool little video, So it makes it a little bit different than everybody else.
So out of all the people that review stuff, I think you are probably one of my favorites to watch as far as reviewing one of the Lego sets. Only because you do a couple of things. You tell a story for the most part. You do those random fun facts, which half those things, I mean, I would have never tried to research in my life, so it makes sense. You're straight to the point. Like it doesn't drag. So it's a well edited video. Like every single time I watch them.
I'm glad you mentioned that because like the way that I wanted to create videos is the same way that I got interested into Lego videos. I wanted, like, the people I started watching were people that the Lego building stuff and everything like that. And I know the quality I liked, some of the people I watched, but I was taking everything that I saw and just combining it into my own. And then I took a step back and I was like, all right, what would I want to watch if I just got into Lego a month ago, which I did, right? So, and I was creating for my friends and family because that was the only people who were to watch my videos at the time, right? So the fun facts was the biggest thing. The friend set I thought was going to be a nice little touch because all my friends are into Friends. And, telling that story, like, and using B-roll, that came later just because, I try to figure out other ways to get people interested because my first couple of videos, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, like I didn't show my face or anything like that. I just really wanted to learn how to use the camera at first. And I didn't think I was going to show my face at all. I thought I was just going to be one of these guys, but I got really into it. And it was funny because I think after my 5th or 6th video, I was posting some of them on Facebook and it was, who's the guy that wears the yellow and red suit?
Josh O'Hanlon?
I think so.
Yeah.
Brikx?
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually messaged me on one of my videos. And this is like maybe my 5th or 6th videos. He's like, hey, I really like your style. Or I don't know if it was him. It might have been an admin.
It's
but
probably
it was someone from Beyond the Brick. Yeah. And he's like, he's like, can I repost your video? I'm like, yeah. And so he posted like 3 of mine on his Facebook page. Got a lot of, views on it. But he had to take them down, I'm assuming, because I have licensed music on mine. So I pay for like Epidemic and stuff like that. So I think he had to take him down after that. He probably got hit. But yeah, that was actually like after my 5th, or it was like How to Build Your Lego he liked, and the Fun Facts one, he said he liked that too with the Joker. But yeah, that was like my 5th or 6th video. So of course that blew up my head a little bit. I was like, cool, because I didn't even know who he was. I looked him up. I'm like,
it's well earned. Like I said, they're well done videos. Like it's just hands down. Like it's very clean. I feel like, as you've mentioned, it's it appeals to people who are not Lego fans. Right. Like you can definitely tell stuff. It feels like it's not for us.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going for, to attract people, because I mean, even like when you watch a Lego, one that was designed by Lego, let's take for example their Porsche commercial. Like I watched that after I thought I was going to buy that set, so I watched it when I was like, all right, I'm not going to buy it. So I watched that and I'm like, man, that's well done. I like that. And the Fender one, after I built mine, that commercial was well done, and it was cool because it kind of sold the experience, right, and sold the concept of that set. And that's kind of what I was thinking about doing with my videos, So I was like, I'm going to grow some things like, Singapore, for example, the architecture set I just built. I, threw some Singapore stuff in there, and the food and fun facts, of course, and, the real life pictures and everything like that, and showed that someone getting on a plane and buying it, all that stuff. But selling what the set would probably mean to someone if it actually meant something to them, rather than just collecting it,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Kids can't afford that. They can't fly to Singapore back.
But yeah, and it's been fun. I mean, I enjoy it, and I actually, the videography part, it blossomed into like the Lego thing, and then the videography thing. I started really like recording, and so my wife started a YouTube channel as well, so I started recording for hers, which helps with the whole monotony of like, sticking to Lego, which is not a bad thing. It's just sometimes you just need that extra change sometimes, right? So her channel lets me do that and try to experiment with something else and with other people, because when it's just me and the camera, sometimes it gets lonely with the lens and so that helps me with the creative part. But yeah.
Yeah, your videos have definitely they have a look that it feels very adult based, not in a bad way. It just feels very adult focused. I think I can name like maybe 2 or 3 other people that have similar like qualities to how they're edited, how they're like articulated, and like the context behind it. So yours feels very bright, like as far as like clean, very your color palette, and then like I picture you like one of those Lego photo lofts places.
Right.
I feel like your video would just like be well placed in like a screen, just playing as like they're panning from left to right, looking at the set.
Yeah,
like that's how it matches.
Yeah.
So it does definitely curtail to a different audience. But do you feel that like that's hindering your own growth? when you're trying not to appeal to a younger audience, especially for something that's Lego?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I right now, I don't know. I don't know if I think that far right now. So like, really, that's a little bit deeper than I've even gotten. Because right now, I am still trying to, learn. I appreciate the compliments, but I feel like I have a lot to learn as far as editing, as far as still the videography part. So I push out these just because I want to experiment with things that I've seen like on YouTube, or I want to emulate something, some style or whatever. So, and there's a lot of like things that I still want to, master before. So that's another way these Lego videos have been, doing. And it just allows me to try different things and different techniques with videography.
So do you think this is a stepping stone to another hobby that you might want to do YouTube for instead?
It might be. It's actually, I've gotten other side jobs because of this. It's kind of, yeah. So I've gotten like jobs doing promo work. So I do have a company. I started a company too at the same time I started this Lego channel called Repeat Productions, but just in case, right? I don't know what was going to happen. So it's but yeah, I have promo work I've done with people. I've done I think like a lot of small businesses. I've done a travel agency. I've done a promo video for them. I did a promo video for a DJ. I did a nonprofit promo video for their gala, which I shared with you, Shy. Yeah. And then I just got done doing a gender reveal video for some people, and then
so cool.
And then weddings. Yeah, some guy reached out and said, "Hey, you want to do weddings with me?" And I'm like, "What?" So as an editor, I was like, "I won't edit it." No, he just wants me to film because he said that he thinks I have an eye for it. So I want to hit that record button. So I'm like, all right.
So one of the things that I really wanted, I'm making this about myself right now, Claire. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Go for it. I'm enjoying this.
So in our own wedding,
yeah.
I was more focused on finding a really good videographer. I cared more about the video, the 10-minute video that I have, 5-minute video that I have, than I do any of the photos. Like we spent like nothing on the photos. Like we had a friend who was a photographer. She did all the things. Came out great. Happy with it. But the videographer, we spent a lot of money on that. just to have that in video. And
you prioritize that.
Yes, I prioritize video. I think there's so much more that you can see and capture with video. We all know that.
Well, I just think, but usually like a bride and groom like picks like what they're, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like food, sometimes it's the video, sometimes it's the music, it's the alcohol. It's like you got to pick something. Your family. Is it about yourself? It's like anyway, that's a whole other topic. Yeah.
Did it turn out all right?
Should always be about yourself. So one of the things I wouldn't bulge on is exactly that. Is like I want a good videographer, and I'll know when I find it. And we went to one of our friends' wedding, like one of our close friends, and then they had this videographer that showed this stuff, and I was just like, that's it. That's the person that I want to shoot our video, because you can tell, you can just see the way they shoot. You can see the story and how they like maneuver the camera. It's just there's so much that you can use just based on one shot, and I'm like, that's the dude. So if you obviously have that eye, it can definitely take you way like further places than when you are here.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure if you think about it, because that's like someone's special moment. Like even with the gender reveal, I was like, my heart was pumping, right? I was like, I triple checked my camera, make sure all the settings are correct, because if you miss it, you missed it, right? And so I don't know. Yeah, I get it, but again, that's where me doing these videos just makes me feel comfortable using the equipment I have, so that I could do like some of these high pressure jobs that you only got one time to hit that record button, right? Yeah. So it's it's a videography, especially weddings. That's scary. Like I would want to buy like something that had double SD card readers and like double backup. It's scary.
We've all seen videographers.
You don't want Bridezilla to get out there.
Like they're running around with, they have like teams of people, like really good videographers have like teams of people just running around with chargers.
The really good ones, like you actually can't tell that they're there.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. And that was actually what I was practicing with the gender reveal, like because that's the kind of videography I wanted to be. So I have a lot of equipment that makes me be that creeper guy in the back, right? So you don't know that they're there, so I could get that tight shot that looks cool. But yeah, that was kind of what I was practicing. So, because I've done like the DJ one, they knew I was there. So I was all up in their equipment. I was all up when they were like playing musical instruments, and that's okay,
fine though. Yeah. The wedding though, it's like they need to have, so like I was just at a wedding like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that the photographers were like these crazy award-winning people.
Yeah.
Like they were, so I went like once, my friends started tagging them in photos like a few days after I like clicked on them, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, it was a very, very expensive wedding, so I'm not surprised. But like, she not cut corners, but like, I didn't realize that was like one of her priorities. They were great. They were like super subtle, and it's like, I mean, like she got married at like a place that's like for photos. You know what I mean? It was like in this like ultra luxe resort in the mountains in Utah. It's like, that's like what it's for. It's like for these, like with the snow in the background, and she was freezing, but it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And they like took these like photos of us like together. Anyway, we'll see. But they were like very comfortable with us. They like didn't force us. They were very integrated. It was really well done.
Yeah, those are the good ones. I mean, that don't pressure you, or they let you enjoy the moment, and everything's natural. So
yeah. There was like a couple like move there, turn this way, turn that way, because it's like obvious. But like like the wedding planner was like, so like I gave a speech, and the wedding planner was like, you can't. They like a couple weeks beforehand, they sent us a thing being like, no cell phones. You're gonna stand here. You're gonna do this, because it's all like, because they don't want the light like illuminating our faces for the photography and videography. So it's kind of crazy, like everything that was bought.
We're not gonna see a vlog of it. I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah, there is a vlog. I have to just do. I've been busy cleaning this room.
Obviously,
it's been
95% almost
day and night. I wanted to get done before I leave. Yep.
That makes sense.
There you go. Goals.
That makes sense. There's obviously a lot of money to be made with what you've learned here.
Oh yeah.
There is a pretty viable future, aside from trying to like. No one really thinks about the skills that you learn when you make YouTube content.
Yeah,
just in general.
No,
I mean, not just Lego in general.
I'm not gonna, it's. I'm trying to be a humble person here, but like. It's you are right, like that wedding opportunity, if I do choose to go for it, right, I don't know, I mean it makes me question, what should I do, it makes you start thinking about life decisions and everything like that. I mean there is a space for it, and I know like and then all the offers, because most of the stuff I did at the beginning, I was like, I'll do one for free for you, right? I was like, I'll do this for you, I did stuff for my work, and they're like, all of a sudden word was spreading out, they're like, oh, you did this. So and then now people are throwing money on top, because like, oh, I'll pay you. I'm like, oh, that's okay. And then they're like, no, we paid the other videographer this. I'll pay you this. I'm just like, oh, okay. So
real money.
It is pretty interesting. Yeah. So I think once I getting all my ducks in a row, like, as far as setting up the business correctly and everything like that. And, I think I'm already there. I actually, even with OpenBuildRepeat, I actually trademarked that a long time ago. So it's a long process, but I put in the papers that is mine in probably a couple months. So that was like an 8-month process, but you never know. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm always like looking for a nice side hustle, or maybe it might turn into something bigger. I don't know. I mean, I think everybody wants to own something in a way, right? So whether it be a business, or whether it be your home, or, whether it be a company, I don't know. But who knows? I'm still writing. I'm not rushing into anything right now. I still have a normal 9-to-5 job. Still have kids I want to be around, for now.
Just enjoying the journey.
We will see, but the doors are there. And if I do want to open them a little bit wider, I can. It's, I do set the expectation though, because I think everybody knows that where I stand as far as my experience. I mean, they can see my work and everything like that, but I just, I'm not going to ask for $5,000 to do a video when I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So, but
going back to what I was saying, like that is a perfect example of taking something that had no intention of making it some sort of financial gain, and obviously you can. And the great part about what you just said is it's not like you're not trying to be huge on YouTube. Like if it happens, great, but
Yeah.
you're able to like figure out a way to make money with the amount of what you have.
Yeah.
So
and I you know, and you're right. Like, because I think once you start thinking about the pressures of YouTube, because there is pressures, I think we all know about this. I think sometimes it might get to you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I look at my analytics just like everybody else does, right? So, and I dissect myself as much as anybody else. But I think through my experience, through my professional work, I'm easy to do this, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know. So
yeah,
I'm okay with that as long as I'm not like doing something improper or you know, if I'm not stepping out of the line. So, but it's easy for me to do that. I don't know. If once you start letting YouTube really get to you, that I think that's when I don't know, it just doesn't work, right? So it's either
there's
you
definitely
shut down
like
or you got to do it because you like it. I mean, I know thousands of people have said this before, right? But there's a wave in YouTube, and again, I'm not a pro YouTube because I'm new as just as anybody else. But I feel like you design for yourself or you create for yourself at the beginning. And then once you start getting big, then you have to design for your audience. You know, it's not yours anymore because they're there to see a certain product. And so now you're stuck doing whatever it is, whether it be tech or whatever, you know, but it's I don't know. You can't get to you. I don't know.
No, of course not. But people fail to see what they've learned along the way. One of the big things that it's, especially if you start doing this for a while, is public speaking. Like that's a big thing that you will use in any professional setting is how to speak to an audience outside of yourself in a room.
Yeah, I think my wedding speech went better because of, I mean, the thing is I've done a lot of public speaking like with work and stuff, but it definitely flowed better. And then my copy was better. My prose were better. Like I thought a little bit more about stuff. And granted, it was the second wedding speech I gave, to be fair, but I definitely think there's like a benefit. So for sure, I think
But isn't it weird how like because you know my normal 9 to 5, I'm doing presentations. I'm in front of people. I've done seminars and training programs and everything like that. So I'm used to talking in front of people. But once I talked to that lens, it was so weird. Like I clenched up, like I didn't know what to do, and I got so nervous.
Yeah, it is.
It's also not like your profession. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you're not talking about your like master subject. At least like for me, it was like when I wasn't coming from a place being like, I am an expert at this. I'm hired for this. This is what you're looking for. You know what I mean? And so like there's that security, and then you have your entire lexicon that's associated with that you can pull from. While YouTube is like none of us are Lego masters, and I mean that in the broadest sense. You know what I mean? Like none of us are like, you know, we're not like a Lego designer working for Lego talking about Lego. We are people like trying to like insert our personality and like make it interesting and exciting and entertaining to watch when we're like, the pressure to do that with work is a little bit different. Do you know what I mean? It's like people are incentivized to listen to you for different reasons. And I think it's kind of interesting. Yeah, you don't need to like engage and think about you do need to think about these things, but you don't have to as badly. Do you know what I mean? It's like
So it's also pretty interesting to know, like, remember when we were in like college or high school or any other type of education where you had to present something like in any whether it be live or a video, and how like not fun that was. And we kind of do it all the time here where you have to have some sort of presentation to like exhibit.
I liked those in school. I liked presentations. They were fun. I loved group projects. I was super into that. But I don't get me wrong. I didn't like essays. I didn't like writing assignments, and now I love those things, which I think is really interesting. Like I had a bunch of people tell me after the speech, they were like, "You're a really good writer. You have really good," and I've never gotten that as a response. Probably because I was in like super competitive academic situations where I like was, you know, in like I was probably at the bottom of the top 50%, And so like you kind of feel like crap the whole time about it, but then you go out to the real world and you're like, wait a second, like you're actually pretty decent. But it was nice to hear that because like it was just kind of weird. It was weird. Anyway, I hated writing assignments. No, thank you. I hated it.
Yeah. I enjoyed being in front of people, like especially in college. I was maybe not in high school, but in college. But I did performances like modern dances, and I was part of Filipino Culture Club, so we did a lot of performances.
Of course, you were.
So I was that actor guy in front of everybody, trying to make people cry with some dramatic things that didn't really happen in real life. But it was
like operatic or something. That's really funny.
It was like it was fun, but I enjoyed being in front of people. But high school was different though. I didn't like it. I kind of blossomed in college. So
there you go.
Yeah, I think most people do. I think most people blossom in college. I liked high school, but the second half. But I was like on sports team I feel like if you're like an athlete or something, you kind of like have an automatic like group of friends, and I think it kind of, do you know what I mean? I feel like it does that.
When you're involved at all in high school, it helps.
What did you do, Ninja, in high school? I kind of have were you in band or were you like in a sport?
Oh man, I mean, I was in band actually. That's kind of funny.
See, I kind of knew it. I was like, dude, I bet
he's got band energy.
I used to hang around most of my friends were in band in high school, so I was like, you know what? He'd be in that hallway. In that
I used to rock that silver trumpet.
Sheesh.
Oh man, that's how I got into jazz. Wynn and Marsalis and my band friends. So
that's so funny. Wait, so are you a fellow band person that like recognized another one?
Not at all.
Okay.
Well, it was Ninja. I don't know.
Now,
I mean, I just hung out with them.
I caught the vibe. He's like, wait a minute, you're into music? I knew, nah. But yeah, I used to play a silver trumpet. It had to be silver though. If it wasn't silver,
oh yeah, you didn't do the brass?
Nah.
Okay.
Had to be different.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
I had to be different. I don't know.
Was the rest of the line that way?
Nah, they were all brass. I think it was actually just me and like one other person, because I didn't do any like parades or anything. We did a couple performances.
You weren't marching.
We weren't marching. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't go that far. That was my brother.
That's like extra dork.
Wait.
I'll let him know you said that. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, who's cool?
Wow.
I was in drumline in middle school. It wasn't dorky.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
okay, there you go.
Drumline is.
You didn't see Nick Cannon in drumline?
Yeah.
Drumline.
Yeah.
You weren't Nick Cannon shy.
No, I wasn't. I wanted to be.
But look, you have your snare drum. I had a trumpet. There's a difference
The
there.
fact that you remember.
What was that saying? One sound, one band, one sound.
Yeah. One band, one sound. One band, one sound. The pulse part when they're just clapping as the pulse goes up. Oh, that got me.
Oh man.
I didn't pursue that in high school. No, I did other things. I didn't pursue music. I wish I didn't stop.
I was never a musical guy. I was more into art. So I actually wanted to be an architect.
Wait, you just said you did modern dance.
Well, I did because all the ladies liked it. But it was like
wait, no, let's rewind. You don't just jump into modern dance in college.
Well, yeah, if you're into dancing, you do.
Yeah,
I went out a lot in college. I mean, in order to start talking to people, dancing was the easiest way, right?
All right.
So
you want to be ready if someone's like
requires a lot of technique. Like,
yeah, it does.
You can't just learn how to do pirouettes out of nowhere, or else cones out of nowhere, or like jumps out of nowhere.
No, I wasn't like doing that kind of stuff. It was more hip hoppy. Like it wasn't.
Oh, like when you say modern, you mean like
yeah. We called it the modern,
not like modern. Yeah,
modern.
Okay,
nothing like that.
Modern hip hop. Like okay, so like
yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about like in my area, Pac Modern, the company, all that kind of stuff, like that type of stuff. Yeah. Like going to competitions, like Filipino culture hip hop dance competitions, where Jabberwocky came from. That's what you did.
I was just thinking.
Who were you
exactly
with?
Like that.
What dance crews?
No, I wasn't with anybody. But we were just a group that got popular, and then we just performed in other people's Filipino.
What's this name? Because I'm gonna find it.
Oh man,
my God.
I tried looking for it. So I think it was 1999 is when my first.
Dude, that's the OG days, man.
So yeah.
Dude, a lot of the collegiate dance teams is what got me into dance, like when I was younger.
Okay.
So that dude, some of my favorite dances are still from some of those teams. Like not even modern day, like probably 2014, 15 was probably one of my favorite performances by those types of groups. I mean, like America's Best Dance Crew from like MTV's like shot that all up. You know what I mean? They're like, let's amplify it. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be cool anymore. But I still know like half those people that are on that stage. Like my wife's crew was on that show. Like it's like
cool. Yeah.
It kind of made dance into a mainstream to the point where we're at, where TikTok is now making dance an everyday thing. Remember, like when we were kids, like dance wasn't cool at all. I got made fun of like for dancing, and then now all these kids dance everywhere. And then
well, it wasn't cool for like guys to do it. People with their like gender norms and stupid shit like that.
I learned how to dance, I learned how to cook, and I learned how to clean. So I did those 3 things. It was a good recipe.
I feel like your parents. It sounds like your parents taught you how to clean, though. That sounds.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I was cleaning walls. Like we were scrubbing wall. There was a mixture between bleach, soap, and water, and they make us clean the walls, or my dad would. Yeah, it was a little extreme. It was a little extreme. It was typical. My dad was, yeah, and my mom.
You could say it. You could say it.
I mean, everybody's seen Joy Coy perform. It's the same kind of parents. That
your mom looks like my mom.
It's the truth. I mean, I was just with my mom over the weekend. I was like, I'm hungry, and she pulled out some snacks. You know, I mean, it wasn't.
Stereotypes between like Filipinos. Hey, it's legit. I'm gonna run with it. Screw it. Run with it.
It's okay. Joe Coy made it cool, so now I'm just gonna.
Joe Coy.
Right.
Oh man, he doesn't live that far from me. You're a very practical Lego collector, right? Like you sell stuff when you run out of room.
Yes, I mean 1 because of space, and 2, I mean Legos is expensive. I mean, I could move around things so I could afford more of it, but like, so are kids. Kids are expensive.
Yes.
So, I mean, they need to eat, right? So, I mean, and then also my video equipment is really expensive too. I mean, a lens itself, I mean, it could be really expensive for one of those. So I have to balance it out. I mean, a smart person can't go nuts with Lego. Well, I mean, you can, but I mean, that's a lot of credit card debt. So yeah, I do have to rotate. I do have to sell. I am picky about what I display and what I let go. So I kind of find sets that are like, I said this on my stream, but like the set, you know, after you build it, you're just like, it's all right. So, and that's
an example of one of those.
Yeah, like give us a few, like what you've kept and what you've gotten rid of. Like it looks like I see a taxi or a car up there. I can't tell.
Oh, that's
got to be
Supra.
the Supra.
So,
oh yes.
Yeah, that's a Supra. So I mean, I have like Legos displayed here and Legos displayed here, and that's all I got. I mean, this is a very small room. This actually used to be like the guest bedroom, but now it's my office for work and what I do now. The Lego videos. I actually have now a building table here, but it's I think the Voltron is definitely a keeper. I'm not going to let that go. I think I triple paid for that set, but it was okay.
You just mean like stuff, like nostalgia stuff? Like nostalgia stuff is usually like Nintendo for you. Yeah.
Nintendo, yeah, that's a keeper. The most recent one I'm probably going to let go of is the...
Don't say the bike. Don't say the bike.
No, I'm keeping that one. I like the bike, man. The bike is really good. It's I mean, I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's definitely a good build. But it's and even the process is different than anything I built. The Volkswagen Beetle, the new one, the turquoise one, the teal,
the blue one,
teal blue.
The van,
that one's an for me.
Interesting.
You know, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. Like when I buy a set, like I don't really. People ask me all the time, "What's my favorite theme?" I'm like, I don't know. I kind of just. Whatever pops up that I like, right? That's kind of what I buy. I mean, there's certain things I don't collect, but I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy it if it does. It's not a cool set, right? So, but that one I thought I was going to like, and I'm like, I built it, and I don't know. It was a combination either of the stability of it, and then I don't know. It just doesn't really speak to me afterwards. I mean, I enjoy doing the video. I enjoy what it is, and you know, I compared it with the old one, but So that's one I'm gonna probably sell. And I don't know what else. There's like a lot of gift with purchases. I'm sure you guys sell those, but I sell those. I don't really build any of those.
Do you do shoes?
Yeah, I do shoes.
All right, so you're able to sell. So that's how you're able to do it. Like you already are in a collector mentality of something else that's not Lego. Are able to accumulate stuff like that are worth a lot of money, like stupid, like for something that's supposed to get dirty. Like either way, that's a whole topic on its own. Like I'm not just not the best.
Shoes are a little bit different. I mean, now getting into shoes right now is a good idea. It's hard, but it's I mean, there's almost no risk to shoes. So if you do it right, like, and if you buy the new one, there's almost no risk.
But it brought, like we said before, it brought you a skill set. Like you're able to let go and sell. Like just knowing that you have the ability to be like accumulate something that's now worth, you bought for $300, it's now worth $2,000, sell. A lot of people can't do that with Lego. I mean, I have a hard time doing it with Lego. Like, oh crap, this minifigure is now worth $10,000. I'm gonna hold on to it, as opposed to like, let's make some money and put in something else.
We've sold a few things and we're thinking about selling a lot more.
I don't know, because I always feel like there's something else, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
so that's another reason why I'm okay selling
stuff. Yeah, I've sold other things too. I think that's why, like, I've sold. I think once, and then like I sold a few things. Like we had bought like doubles of like certain sets and stuff, and so that was an easy one. I was like, oh, I already have it, so I can sell like the other one, and that like felt so good. And we have like such little room here that it was just like it wasn't worth it. Like we still have tons, and then we're just like finding ourselves getting more into mocks than sets as well. And so it's like, okay, so that means we have space for parts. And that's like a whole other, that's like, it's almost like transitioning the hobby a little bit, but I don't know. I think it's so important. I think we need to talk about it more, is like the selling of it. And there are channels and like stuff that's like specifically dedicated to investing and stuff, but it's not like a mix of the two. I think I
think the sellers they don't touch their own product, like, you know, the dealers that don't dab it, product, you know what I mean?
See, that's my problem. I can't sell. I've bought sets to sell, and I just like I bought.
I mean, I don't know.
I just can't do it. I don't know. Even if I buy a set and I don't really like it, I'll break it down and throw it in the parts, and I won't sell it. So
I don't know. I mean, there's a certain point where the ROI. I don't know. I mean, again, being an investor, you know, selling shoes, like you said, Shy, that I do. I'm also into crypto, and you know, I'm in stocks too. So like, there's certain things that you kind of weigh it out, right? So I don't know, man.
But then
I don't know. I mean,
I don't buy that much. Also,
that's great. That's great to see, like in the Lego space. So, it's not a bad.
I do collect a lot of other things that are not Lego too. Like, I mean, I have a lot of action figures, but I don't take them out of the box. I keep them NIB. You know. So there's a lot of Star Wars figurines, like those statues that you see when you walk into the comic store. I have a lot of those. I don't take them out of the box. I don't open them. And yeah, I am going to sell them eventually, but there is a cap. I mean, I got to, whatever I see my ROI is, a certain percentage that I'm trying to reach every time, and then I sell it. I don't know.
That's good.
But that's like, you've turned almost, it's past the Lego. It's more the investing, and it's the video production. Yes. It's like you're more willing to spend the money on like the equipment, you know, for example, which is like a much higher, you know, price threshold. You know,
but there's also, and this is the way I see it too. Like when I buy a set and then I'm going to sell it, I experienced it, right? I built it. Yeah. I do try to take my time at some points to like really to enjoy the build. While I'm recording, doing all this other stuff. But, and then, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the type of guy, I mean, there's certain things I like that I sit on the shelf, but I don't know. When I was a kid, I had my bedroom, but I would redesign my bedroom almost 4 times a year.
Yeah, me too.
So, because I just liked looking like different things. And that's kind of how I feel about like my Lego too. Like, if I see that set there for a long period of time, I kind of want to move it and put it somewhere else. Or replace it with something else. Yeah. So it just,
I'm like that all the time. We've been, I like to have sets for a little bit and then change it out and do something completely different. But then the thing is like right now, most of that stuff is going into a bin, super organized. I know exactly where it is. And then the bin, I have no idea where it's going to go. And then the thing is, it's like,
but you guys are also into mocking too. So like that's a different,
Yeah.
I don't think I'll
Yeah.
ever be there, but like, yeah. So I go for the experience, buying the set, building it, create the
Mhm.
video, enjoy it while I have it. And then I kind of
Mhm.
ponder, So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So, cause I want something else.
Okay, yes.
So
Mhm.
I want that Formula One car. Like where do I put that? So,
Mhm.
and especially with kids, I mean, there's certain things I'll keep on the table, and then all of a sudden my minifigure is gone. I'm like, where did it go? And I mean, there's a risk involved
Mhm.
if I have it here, and the kids might take something. So I don't know.
I've officially
Yes.
forbade my children from coming in here without me involved. I use that as, like, positive reinforcement. Like, you have to be good at coming here, and then it works.
Yeah, they know. I know if I set it down, there's a risk. So that's my
Mhm.
that's my bad. You know what I'm saying? So I only take down. There's a lot of sets that stay up there and haven't moved for a long time.
It's
They
like-
ask about these all the time. They want to play with them, and after a while, they break you down. So
That's like my son with the Speed Champions cars. Every time he gets one, the wheels are gone. I don't know why. Every time. I was like, what happens every time?
Oh, he's trying to make his own rental roll, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Trying to start his own shop.
He's a businessman.
Yeah,
Proud
you
of
don't
that
even
guy.
know. You're his supplier. That's all. It's like, Dad, buy me another one.
So, what do you see like your goal for your channel in the next coming future?
I don't know. I like what I'm doing. So, I mean, I tried different types of videos. So I did like teaching people how to do like a Lego video, like the lighting I use, sharing my equipment I use, and editing software I use and everything like that. I do the builds, of course, the speed builds. I do, I take you guys, and every time when I go shopping, I take you to Disney Springs. But I don't know. I don't mind it. Right now, I'm happy where it is. So I don't really know. I just recently started shorts again, and then I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go from here. It's kind of like when I started this whole thing. I'm just waiting for something to happen. So until then, I'm enjoying going and I'm looking at sets, watching you guys, buying sets, putting it together, and next video. So
as long as you're enjoying the journey, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fun. And again, like I said, the other channel definitely helps with making this an easier and not making it one thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you need a variety
to mix
so
it
to
up.
keep you kind of safe.
What does your wife do? Just plug
Her channel is called
Yeah.
Drink, Eat, Repeat.
Exactly. Yeah, I know it's the same exact thing. It was just a different name play.
Yeah, man. Repeat Productions. You gotta roll with it, right?
That's your brand. That's your family brand at this point.
But yeah, she just. I mean, it was just smart business. I mean, as tax write-offs. I mean, I use that very willingly, right? I mean, we go eat out all the time. We buy Lego, so why not, right? And just tie it all into one umbrella. So it's taxes. I mean, yeah, don't confuse tax. I hate when people confuse tax write-offs. It's free. No, it's not. It's not free. It's like, who's paying for it? Your 20% interest rate on your credit card? That's what's paying for it. So, but anyway, sorry, I digress.
Little bit of adulting there.
No, it's okay. We can talk about tax season. I have
Yeah.
I
Oh
have
yeah.
stuff I need to get done.
I'm in the midst of it.
Yeah,
So it's like I'm
same.
just collecting everything. So I just, you know your limits. I mean, if you had a 1099 before, where this makes it easier. I think it was just smart just to do it because we travel a lot too. So I travel, for my work. It just makes it easier.
Yeah, you never want to like be making like $500 and then be claiming $10,000 in losses. That's
Yeah.
like when the IRS comes.
That's
and
when
it's
the
like,
red flag comes up.
That's when they're like, you know what? Let's give these guys a visit in Orlando.
Yeah. No.
No one
You
likes those
never mess
visits.
with Uncle Sam. They win all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, they're gonna get your money in one way or another.
Yeah.
It might be later with fees or earlier without fees.
A lot, and the fees are insane.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I don't know. You don't have state income tax, so you're talking to 3 people in California right now who
Oh
Yeah.
God.
who work Monday through Wednesday afternoon for the government.
I was in Virginia, and that's where I had my my other 1099, and that the taxes it was a Commonwealth too, so it was state and local, but it's crazy over here. Yeah, I mean, I got an instant raise just living in Florida. But
yeah, it's crazy, but it's cool. I mean, there's other things. It's also Florida.
Yeah.
If you're watching, you've
True.
seen the face.
Touche.
Mhm.
This is coming from someone who likes Florida, by the way. I like Florida. I'm a fan. So It's also Florida.
Yeah, I like them. They grow on me.
Yeah.
I don't know where I want to move to at this point.
There's nowhere perfect.
It's nowhere. Yeah.
Making the halftime show to Super Bowl made me love LA for a second.
That's good. It's important to like where you are. I remember like a couple years like before the pandemic started, I was like, I'm so sick and tired of like just shitting on San Francisco. Like it was like very trendy at the time to do that, it still is, but it was just like not healthy. It's not fun. I was like going to New York all the time and loving New York, and I love New York still. But I was like, I'm gonna make a very concerted effort to like living here. My life got so much better. You know, that like feeling of disconnect to where you are went away for a bit and stuff. But it was very easy to do as a single person to like make that conscious decision. It's like when you're thinking about like a family and you have like a partner who like might not like where you live and is very vocal about it. You know, it's like
yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let's just end it right there because now I'm getting angry. Because I'm currently getting audited, so that's one, and then two.
Oh, ouch!
So are you really?
It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I just got audited. We owe, so not that much. It's just a little bit, but I'm like, damn it.
Hey man,
and
experience
then two,
over here. So
yeah, I'm like, and then two, like we're in the middle of refinance, so like. We're gonna do all that. So like I have all that in my head right now, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to go do a couple Excel files before I take off tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that needs.
So not to end on a bad note. Thanks, Ervin, for being here.
Thanks, guys.
Great job on your videos. I think you're one of the most underrated YouTubers on this space. That's for sure.
I'll say that.
Looking forward to whatever you review next, because I think like whatever you put out there is pretty interesting. So it doesn't have to be like.
Appreciate that
on the like whatever comes out on the Lego pipeline. But before we end it, does anyone else have anything?
No.
All right. Well, that being said, let's just roll the music. Thanks, bro.
Keep those
Thanks.
Bye.
I was like, oh, I was getting really angry.
It sucks. You're just getting a little bit. That's all.
Wow, mine's not that high though. It was just a couple grand.
You don't mess with Uncle Sam.